Yuuya discovers that the writer of this book is the sage that owns the house in the dark forest. Upon reading the book, the sage reveals that he had mastered everything in the world, from magic and martial arts, to cooking and singing. Even the gods invited him to join them in heavens, but he declined their invitation. In the book, the sage tells Yuuya that the power he possesses is even greater than he knows, but this high level of strength will make him lonely, as the humans around him will start to fear him, similar to what happened to the sage. Yuuya wonders while speaking aloud, how he's supposed to not end alone like the sage and drive the people around him to not dear him. Suddenly, the sage's voice can be heard as he answers. He tells Yuuya that he should build human relationships which are based on mutual trust. Hearing the voice, Yuuya gets startled, as he thinks he's imagining things inside his head. When the sage responds again, Yuuya realizes that he is having a conversation with his spirit. The sage advises Yuuya to seek his allies at his own pace. And then he also gives him the chance to wish for one thing, and the sage will provide the knowledge in the book. Yuuya wished to know about magic, and then the book starts glowing, and then the sage reveals that he has filled the book with everything he knows of magical theory. But he tells Yuuya that because he is an otherworlder, he doesn't possess the magical pathways, like any other human in this world, that are necessary to use magic. The sage decides to bestow his magical pathways upon Yuuya, and it happens to be a very valuable pathways in this world, so it would be a waste to let them disappear. The book starts glowing brightly again, and the characters flies in the air, piercing Yuuya's chest, and Night rushes over to him to check up on him. With the pathways transferred to him, the sage ends by wishing him a happy life, filled with good fortune. Yuuya thanks the sage and wishes him to find peace, as he pays his last respects to the corpse. Back in the house, Yuuya begins reading the book to understand the principles of magic. He begins practicing what he has learned. He closes his eyes to sense magical energy, and then he feels the magic circulating through his body, and then he found that Night also felt the magic circulating through his own body. The skill for magic manipulation unlocks, and Yuuya starts putting what he learned into practical usage. He then gathers magical energy in the palm of his hand, and then imagine the magic he wishes to use, all this without saying incantations. He goes outside to try, and then he raises his hand and made a water ball. He looks over and sees that Night has also succeeded in making his own water ball from the first try. Yuuya praises him, before they shoot the water balls at a nearby tree, penetrating it and destroying the other trees behind, like an armor-piercing shell, which was a shock to them. Meanwhile, Owen has an audience with the king. As he gives his report on the trip to the dark forest, he tells the king about meeting Yuuya and delivering his message to him, but he lets it slip that Lexia proposed to Yuuya in the process. The king signals one of his servants to give him his sword before rampaging in his throne room. He even destroys the statues. The king accuses Yuuya of seducing his young princess. Owen hides in a safe place and regrets letting his tongue slip. In the human world and during the class, Yuuya is lost in thought, thinking about his newly acquired magic skill. He puts in mind that he should be careful when to use his magic. The teacher announces the upcoming off-campus study that will be held in the next week. This news takes Yuuya by surprise, and his classmate tells him that they will be going on a camping trip for 2 days. The teacher tells them that they will be divided into teams of 4 people. Later, Kaeta is happy that she is in the same group with Yuuya. Akira is also part of the team and begins to show off like always, but gets interrupted by Rin, who then introduces herself to Yuuya and tells him that she is also in the team. After gazing at Yuuya, she mumbles that she finally understood why all the girls are going crazy over him. Yuuya overhears her, and he wonders what she means, but she quickly changes the topic. Yuuya reveals that he doesn't have a rucksack, and then Kaede suggests that they should go shopping together. They decided to meet at the mall after school, and everyone is shocked by the fact that Kaori joined them, as she is the daughter of the chairman, while being very cute and attractive. The boys pull Yuuya to the side and inquire how he knows Kaori. The group proceed forward to the store and Kaori picks out the perfect camping bag for Yuuya. He tries it and everyone agrees that it suits him. After achieving what they came for in an early time, Ryu urges them to have some fun. They go to the amusement plaza and upon arriving, Shingo shouts, "Hifumi-tan!" He catches their attention to a crane machine that has merchandise of his favorite idol. But Shingo is bad with these machines, so Yuuya offers to try and get it for him. Yuuya uses his abilities to detect the center of gravity weak points. Everyone watches on, as he succeeds in picking it up on the first try. Yuuya hands over the box to Shingo, and then Kaeta drags him to another crane machine, requesting one of the stuffed cats inside. The others see that Yuuya is good at this game, and took advantage of his abilities. Ryu later suggests that they make their way to the 7th floor, which is a cafe to have some tea and snacks. However, the ladies want to have some girls' time in the 13th floor, which is for girls' fashion. They promise them to join after finishing shopping. The guys decide to take the lead on the hot drinks as they arrive at the cafe. Yuuya and Ryu order coffee to try to be cool, but they get laughed at by Shingo, because they couldn't handle the bitterness in the coffee, because they're not used to it. Meanwhile, back at the arcade, one of the machines has a broken wire and begins to spark. Then the boys got interrupted by the fire alarm, as the fire outbroke on the 10th floor. The guys realize that the outbreak is at the arcade floor that they were just at. Despite the building is being evacuated, they head over to the stairs since the girls are still trapped up in the burning floors. Yuuya notices that the smoke is already visible on their floor, which means that the upper floors are much worse. One of the mall staff tells them to comply to the evacuation order, while Yuuya is explaining that they need to go save their friends. Ryu gets a call from Kaeta, confirming that they trapped in the fire, and from her voice tone, he knows that they breathe too much smoke and they don't have much time. After knowing this, Yuuya dashes past the staff and heads to the upper levels. And the mall staff pushes the other two down the stairs to safety. Yuuya thinks about how much the girls was happy throughout their outing. He becomes determined to protect their happy faces. He reaches the floor where the fire originated, and he notices that the sprinklers are ineffective in extinguishing the flames. Yuuya feels like he has no other option than to use magic. He covers his whole body with water and dashes through the flames. Meanwhile, the girls are laying near the washroom unconscious as the flames approach them. Kaori tries to stay conscious and manages to get a glimpse of Yuuya's figure in the middle of flames, before losing her consciousness. Yuuya catches her before she hits the ground and confirms that the other two girls are also safe. He uses his life sensor skill to check for anyone else who might be trapped in the burning floors, but the girls are the last to evacuate. Yuuya carries all three girls and covers their bodies with his magic water, so that they don't get hurt while escaping the flames. Unfortunately, the fire intensifies and he's not sure if his magic can hold out. Meanwhile, the firefighters outside are on site working hard to control the fire from spreading to the other floors. They receive reports that there are 4 high school students still not evacuated. Yuuya runs through the building to find an exit, but all the exits are blocked by scorching flames. Suddenly, the upper floors start collapsing and Yuuya dodges the falling ceiling. However, Kaori's badge falls, which she was very happy receiving it from him, after winning it from the crane machine. Yuuya went back and caught it, and then he decides to create his path down, by using his strength to break his way through the multiple floors. Yuuya's impact can be seen from outside, and while Ryu and Shingo watch on with their jaws dropped, waiting for the dust to clear out, the firefighters confirm that it's the 4 students on the first floor. Yuuya assures everyone that they are fine and everything is taken care of. But the firefighters scold him for his reckless actions and he apologizes. The medics provide oxygen to the girls to recover from breathing smoke. Kaori's father thanks Yuuya for saving his daughter's life for the 2nd time. Yuuya returns her badge to her, which makes her happy. After seeing how the father and daughter interact, Yuuya longs for a proper family like them. But as he arrives home, he is compensated with Night hugging him, which makes Yuuya feel loved and happy. Meanwhile, in the other world, A sacred talking rabbit named Yasagi is evading the attacks of a mysterious girl that has corrupted aura. The rabbit states that the girl is using the techniques of the divine archer. The girl reveals her goal to destroy the whole world, because from her perspective, it can't be saved and not worth protecting. She vanishes while telling the rabbit that she will return again. The rabbit knows that now he must find someone to pass on his kicking techniques, as he is the deity of kicks, so that they can help stopping this dangerous girl from destroying the world. And that's the end of the video. Please tell me your opinion and like the video. Take care and stay tuned for the next episode.